Hi, my name's Madeline Howe, and this is my oral presentation assignment for LING6020, the Structure of English at the University of Newcastle. So we'll get into it here. The assessment asks us to introduce and discuss the concept of phonemic contrast, and then using data from a language which is neither English nor my native language, which is also English, illustrate how this concept is manifested in this language's phonological system. So I have chosen to analyse the Italian language. Right. What is phonemic contrast? A phoneme is any group of related sounds which are phonetically different but are treated as equivalent in a particular language, and that's from Lecture 5 of this course. In linguistics, a phoneme is represented between two dashes as pictured here. In any given language, speech sounds may be phonetically different without changing the meaning of the word, in which case they are called allophones of that phoneme. For example, L can be voiced or voiceless in English without changing the meaning of the word, as in the example please with a voiced L or please with a voiceless L. So those are both different allophones of the phoneme L. Okay. On the other hand, phonemes may be phonetically different and also change the meaning of the word. In this case, phonemic contrast is observed. In simple terms, phonemic contrast is a small contrast in speech sounds that lead to different ways of perceiving and interpreting words. In order to illustrate how phonemic contrast is manifested in the Italian language, I'm going to analyse a number of minimal pairs to highlight their contrast. And I'm going to be looking at two different contrasts, mainly in voiced and voiceless sounds and in contrasts in length. Okay, voiced and voiceless contrast first. So in Italian, phonemic contrast can be seen in voiced and voiceless sounds. Voice sounds are created when air passes through the vocal cords and makes them vibrate. Sounds produced without this vibration are voiceless sounds, and there's a little diagram here to show that. First example, vino and fino. So wine and up. These are both labiodental fricatives, meaning that the sound is made by touching the upper lip and the lower front teeth together and forcing air through the narrow passage. The V is voiced and the F is not, resulting in that slight difference in sound and creating phonemic contrast. So vino with the vibration and fino, the voiceless sound. Next example, I had donno and tonno. So the D is voiced and the T is not, resulting in a small variation in sound. In Italian, D and T are both alveolar stops. This means the sound is made by touching the tip of the tongue to the alveolar ridge and blocking off the passage of air through the mouth. The sound is made with the release of the buildup of air, so D and T. For example, again, gara and cara. So the G is voiced and the C is not, resulting in a small variation in the sounds produced. The G and the C are both velars, meaning that the sound is made by lifting the back of the tongue towards the velar or the soft palate. The two sounds are also examples of stops in the Italian language. So now I'm going to have a look at length contrast in Italian. In Italian, phonemic contrast can also be seen in differences in the lengths of sounds. So my first example is camino, meaning way, and camino, meaning fireplace. So the contrast in length results in a change of meaning in the two words. We have camino and camino, a lengthening of the M there. Another example in Italian is fatto, meaning fate, and fatto. So we have an increase in the length shown by the doubling of the T. So fatto and fatto. It's kind of when we say it, sort of like we say it twice, fatto. Okay, and a third example I have here is tuffo and tuffo. So the increase in length here is shown by doubling the F. Italian makes considerable use of length contrast to differentiate words. So there's dito and ditto, and off the top of my head I can't remember. But if we go back, you can also show length with a vowel sound by putting the semicolon just here as well. And I think, is that my last example? Next, tuffon, tuffo, duff and dip. Yes, thank you. Thank you for watching. Very good.